Welcome 9 class. Today we are going to start our new topic of chapter number 2, binary system. So that is the Boolean proposition. So a proposition is basically a sentence that can be either true or false, right? So if we see a simple sentence, someone from our school can join Pakistani cricket team. Now that sentence can be true and that can be false. So this is basically called as the proposition. When you see a sentence, how are you, that is a simple sentence and it cannot be true or false, so that is not a proposition. So a proposition is a sentence that can either be true or false, right? So let's see what are the truth values. So every proposition takes one of two values, true or false, and these values called the truth values. So as I've explained it to you, what is a proposition? Proposition is basically a sentence that can be either true or false. Now the true or false are the two values, and these values are basically called as the truth values, right? Now we will see what are the logical operators. So there are three types of logical operators: and, or, and not. So logical operators are basically used to do the is used to do the operations on two propositions, right? If we assemble more than one proposition to make a one proposition, is called as the compound proposition, right? So logical operator is used to connect the propositions. So there are basically three types of propositions. Number one is the and operator. And operator is used for multiplication, right? So if we use and operator to connect two compound propositions, then the compound proposition is true only if all the connected propositions are true. So if one of the compound proposition is true, then all of the propositions will be true. That is called as the and operator. And in or operator we use the addition sign, and it means if a compound proposition is true if at least one proposition is true. In other words, the compound proposition is false only if all the propositions are false. So that is basically called as the or operator. Now the third one is the not operator. Not will negate the value, right? If the proposition is false, then it will become true, and if the proposition is true, it will become false. So these are the three logical operators. Now what is a truth table? Basically a truth table is used to check whether a proposition is true or false. As you see in the example, for example, in the and operator pq, there are two propositions p and q, right? So if we have the two propositions true, it will be the result will be true. And if one of the value will be true, it will be false. So this is basically called as the truth table. This is how you can show the table of the values true and false, right? So a truth table is used to check whether a proposition is true or false. Now we need to know what are the laws of Boolean algebra. There are three basic laws of Boolean algebra. It will help us to simplify complex Boolean expressions. So number one is the commutative law. It means that the order of application of two separate propositions is not important. As you see here, a dot b is equals to b dot a, and a plus b is equals to b plus a. Here you see the order in which two variables are and here the two variables, the order of in which two variables are odd. And you see there is the order of two separate proposition is not important, right? So a dot b is equals to b dot a, and a plus b is equals to b plus a. Here is the truth table of it. For example, there are two propositions a and b. So here we are using the first we have to find the a dot b, and then we will find the b dot a. So as you see in and operator, we use the multiplication. This is how you can use commutative law in truth tables, right? Now the second law is the associative law. In this law, there is no changing of result if a grouping of expression is changed. For example, a plus b bracket plus c, a plus b b plus c. ठीक है? Now a dot b dot c is equals to a dot b dot c. Here you see that there is no change in the results if a grouping of expression is changed, right? When you find the truth table of this expression, it will be equal to the truth table of this expression, so these two expressions will be the same. That is basically called as the associative law, right? Now third one is the distributive law. It means and over or and or over and, right? Here you see we are using the and or both operators, right? And here we are using or over and, means here first comes the and operator, then we will use the or operator. A dot b plus c, this is the bracket. When we open that bracket, it will become a dot b plus a dot c, ठीक है, which means and over or. And when we write a plus b dot c, when we open that bracket, a plus b dot a plus c, it will represent or over and. So this is basically called as the distributive law. Now what do you mean by identity law? Identity law means if we get the variable odd with the false, then the result is always equal to that variable. Means if we are having a is equals to 0, it will be false, right? And if we will get a is equals to 1, it will be true and it will be equal to that variable value.